Aloha, everybody. Happy St. Patty's Day to those that celebrate. I got my green hat on and got my green shirt on. Kalo, which Kalo is taro in Hawaii. There's a story behind it. If you look it up, the origin stories of Hawaii, Kalo, taro. It's a plant, it's a food. But there's a deep origin story behind that. So look that up if you get a chance. It's a good story. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Happy St. Patty's Day. For those that celebrate, to me, every day is a holy day. Every day is a holiday, reason to celebrate. Life is good. I'm into positivity. And of course, there's if you dig deep enough, there's a story behind everything. And you can take sides, but that's not me. I don't take sides. I'm in the love and the life and the creation, heaven on earth. I'm here to support everybody, allow each to be their self and believe what they believe in. And as long as we aren't harming, it's good with me. And, some of y'all might say, oh, well, this is harming and that's harming, but that's your opinion. That's your truth. There's a lot of truths here. We're all living simultaneously, shared experience. It's like many universes overlapping all at once. So your truth, your life, your creation, your reality, my truth, my life, my creation, my reality. So happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone who celebrates. I've definitely celebrated throughout my life a good amount. I've enjoyed it. The good old green beers and Baileys and bagels and kegs and eggs. And, I was in a fraternity back in college and we had a good time. Parties and bar hopping and really fun. And then you got places like Chicago that turn their river green. Just celebrations all over, all around the world. It's one of those holidays where people come together and we're all the same. We're all one big family. So I love that about the holiday. I love the unity aspect of everybody, all races, all colors, all walks, come together for a day and just celebrate life and have a good time and breaks down all barriers between us. So I've always loved this holiday, St. Patrick's Day. Getting a little deeper here. So this is the anniversary of my rebirth on this planet. March 17th. I was around 30 years old and I'm now 42 years old. So I guess it was around 12 years ago when I had a business in Kent, Ohio, transportation service. And I was driving that night. It was around 2 a.m., late at night, early next morning. March 17th, the night of. Everybody had been celebrating all day, drinking, partying. Big party day in Kent, Ohio. All day long, starting early in the morning around like 6 a.m. with kegs and eggs and Baileys and bagels and such, and going all day and into the night and till probably 2 a.m., 3 a.m. the next day. So I was driving, taking a group of, say it was about 9 people, maybe 8, 9 people. I was taking them home from the bars, and then another group needed a ride, and it was like maybe 2, 3 people. It ended up being 3 people, and I was in downtown, so I was right there, and it was on my route. So I went ahead to scoop them up, and I was outside a pizza place, waited a little bit for them to get in. My group of, say, 8 or 9 was totally hanging in there. They were all right with it all. And so we patiently waited. And then the group of, say, 2, 3, it ended up being 3. They hop in. And 3 girls. And so then I've got the 3 girls and then the other group of like 8, 9 people in the van. These vans fit, 12 passenger or 15 passenger vans. They fit a lot of people. So I did the safe ride, shared ride service for 8 years in Kent, Ohio and the surrounding areas. So I got these 2 groups in there and start driving up the hill. Gonna drop off the group of 3 girls first. And I was asking them and say, hey, $3 a person. And then I even said, hey, you sure you want this ride? It's just up over the hill. Like, I mean, if you really want it, I could do it for $2 a person if you really want. You don't have to though. It's just up over the hill. Just go up over the hill. You walk right over and save money. No, yeah, no, yeah, we want the ride. Okay, all right, I'll just do $2 a person. No big deal. So I'm driving them up the hill and over the hill, down the hill. Take a left at the old Robin Hood Club there on the corner. And, the first driveway on the right. All right, pull over right here. Okay, all right, pulling over right here. So I pull over to the right. Maybe not far enough to the right. Maybe if I drove a little further down the road, I might have gone off to the right a little more. But this is a side street. So my van, it's a big van. And the side street, it's not very wide. So big van takes up a good amount of the street. So I say, okay, we're here. $2 a person, make you guys a deal. All right, pass it up here, please. Thank you. And so then the one girl gets out the van. The next girl gets out the van. And then I'm still holding my hand out, waiting for the last girl. And she's filtering through her purse and about to hand me money, I'm thinking. And then she jumps out the van. So all 3 of them are out the van, and they're starting to scatter. They're starting to go down the driveway, out of the distance. And I jump out of the van. I open my door wide. These doors and these big vans, they open real wide. And I jump out and I run around the front of the van and approach them. And I say, hey, come on, let's figure something out here. We don't, I could take down your information, whatever, let's figure out something. And so next thing I remember is I hear sirens and I'm in an ambulance, and I'm feeling like, okay, we're transporting about 30-minute drive here. And so I think I'm going over to Akron, the big city nearby. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to the hospital. I think I'm knocked out. I'm unconscious or something. So I guess something happened. I didn't know at that point. So then I wake up in the hospital and my eyes open and I look around and I'm like, oh, you were here and you were here and you were here. Wait, that's my dad. That's my mom. That's my brother. Wait, you're there. My friends, people from my business, all standing over me like the Wizard of Oz, like waking up like, oh, you're here. You're here. You're here. Oh, and the hospital workers are there telling me, all right, we're going to take your neck brace off. I think your neck is stable, so we're going to take that off. Okay, all right, that's good, thanks. And they're telling me, all right, so you've been in an accident. You were hit by a car in Kent, Ohio. You were working and so on and so forth. So I'm like, okay, all right, figuring this whole thing out. I'm feeling okay, though. I'm feeling fine. My neck's stable. My jaw, they had it already secured. So they're letting me know, yeah, your jaw, we're going to be wiring it shut. And then your leg is broken. And we're going to need to do surgery, put two metal rods in there. So the next couple days, we're going to wire shut your jaw and put in 2 metal rods in your leg. And I'm like, okay, all right. I'm just laying there. I'm just like at peace, like feeling like I'm in the arms of the angels, like totally peaceful, relaxed during this whole thing. I'm looking around, connecting with family and friends. And it's like probably 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. maybe at this point. I don't really know how long it took for them to drive all the way to Kent, Ohio as my family from Cleveland and visit me. And for the phone calls, like I guess the police or whatnot, they called my work. And my work dispatcher, they told my dispatcher that they needed someone to come identify the body. That's the way I was told, at least. I mean, it might have been more like they needed to know who the driver was, and then the dispatcher was able to look at the schedule and figure out which driver, and it was the owner of the company. So yeah, so I woke up, I was in the hospital there, I got all this news, I'm laying there, I'm totally at peace, just surrender, relax, like hanging out with family, friends, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, whatever. And I'm, as soon as I get the chance to sleep, of course I slept, I'm sure. And as soon as I got a chance to get my phone, because I guess my pocket, I had my phone, all that wad of cash probably from my whole day of working, and my schedule for my driving, all that stuff, and my wallet, of course. I had all that. So I get on my phone and I'm just like, I'm just like, oh my God, everybody on Facebook is wishing me well wishes, and the news is out. So I had like this massive 100-person thread of people that are sending me well wishes, and I'm laying there in the hospital just relaxed, like at peace, and just feeling really good. Angels, real good vibes. And so yeah, 4 days maybe, about 4 days in the hospital. Had those 2 surgeries, jaw wired shut, metal rods in my legs, and just began that rehab process. Got up on the crutches and the walker in the hospital, walking around. My parents, my brother were all there. They were there, supportive, of course, and it was a good process. So a couple days there of getting on the crutches and the walker, those 2 surgeries, and then I was out of there within about 4 days. And so at home, I did a lot of rehabbing. So I guess, I started rehabbing at home, a lot of sleeping all day, every day for a while there. It was probably 7 years overdue, because I had been on that business for about 7 years at that point, nonstop, working 7 days a week in the beginning, and then backtracking a little into 6 days, but like doing like 16-hour days, or if not 17 or 18 hours on some days, So it was something, but this was overdue. And I got to meet with the police pretty soon after. I was in bed for days and just having soups and smoothies and milkshakes and just liquid Jello, liquid diet. My parents, my brother, and friends all supported and brought me stuff, and I even got some rides around to like some medical appointments and such, physical therapy, and I ended up doing a month of physical therapy. But even before that, the police, when they interviewed me about the whole thing, they kind of were interrogating energy, and I didn't like it at all. It just brought up a fury in me, and I just was like, enough. I don't want you digging around with my customers. I don't want this sort of, you're inquisitive. You're asking me questions like I am doing something here, and I just got hit by a car. Enough. End this whole thing. I don't want you doing any of it. I don't want any of it. The way they were inquisitive and asking me questions and kind of, oh, are you sure you weren't drinking that day? Oh, you sure you weren't on any drugs? And I'm just like, enough. This is not what this is about. I'm trying to rehab here. I got enough on my plate. I don't want you digging around my customer base. I don't need anything out of this. So close the whole thing. So that was that. But what they ended up saying, that like, it was something like they were trying to figure out the whole being hit by a car, like how it all happened. And I didn't remember it all, because my experience is that I, chased them out of the van. I approached them in front of the van, and I lost consciousness. So I didn't remember the next part. So I guess a year later, my customers, the group of 8 or 9 that was in my van, which is an awesome group, they told me that I accepted their pizza, the rest of their pizza, as payment. And I went back around the front of the van to get back in, and a car must have been waiting behind me and really pissed off because it had to wait because I'm blocking the road, and it sped around me, and I must have been coming back around the front of the van with the door open so big that the vehicle couldn't see me coming. So I got hit low, I'm sure, because my leg, and then my jaw must have hit on the hood or on the front of the car, and then I must have tumbled over the top of the car and spiraled into the ground, and the pizza must have scattered everywhere. So that kind of gave me some peace when I learned that a year later. But when the police were asking me, it was like I was trying to explain to them, there's no way, there's no way. This must have been on purpose. I feel like there was a conspiracy. These 3 girls, I had seen the one girl at the bar a few days previous, and she was a weird energy, a very alien she kind of seemed like some sort of like special ops kind of CIA or some sort of special agency kind of leader, real strong leader. And she had this other girl with her that was very much at her disposal, just flopping around like an alien, like really weird, never experienced anything like that. And my spiritual partner at that time, my shaman, Ocean, who I had gone through an awakening and transformation and shift, really committed with her to building out a new world for many, many months already, if not a year. I don't know exactly. Her and I were out singing karaoke that night. So when these 2 girls came in that bar, and the one was like a controller, and the other was just like her tool, flopping around, hugging all on me, hugging all on Ocean. They both were hanging on both of us the whole night at the bar, and we were singing karaoke. There was all this like our energies were interweaving so much, and it was weird. The whole thing was weird. And then at the end of the night, one of them came running back, the floppy one came back, running back to the bar, trying to get with my partner Ocean. And she's like a 300-pound woman, shaman woman with big energy, awesome, and they're flopping around, coming, trying, like all of a sudden we're the new controllers, like they wanted to be with us. And then here comes the controller woman rushing back, grabbing her. Hey, we're out of here. No, you're coming with me. So that whole thing was weird. And then for 3 days later, for her to get in my van with 2 other girls and to not pay as the leader of the group, and then to jump out with her girls and run, and then the whole thing that unfolded, it gave me weird vibes like, okay, this thing was planned, this thing was orchestrated, almost like Men in Black style. Like I thought like maybe there's some sort of way that they erased my memory, that they facilitated a whole thing. So I was in some negative, some stuff was coming up. And then for the police to ask me, that just brought all that energy up and out. Like, no, absolutely not. This is what I experienced. I don't know for sure, but something, my memory is erased. I got taken out. The whole thing, it was weird from 3 days previous to that day with them. I feel like there's something happened here that was conspiracy. So, but I had to let go of all that conspiracy energy. From that day forward, never touch it. Never touch it. As much as I love to do the deep research, as much as I love to find the truth about how things operate in this world, as dark and as ugly and as weird, bizarre as it all is, I don't do it. I don't dabble in it. It's just heaven on earth, paradise on earth. We create our own reality. We go forward with that. Allow to each their own, but just love each other. Just go forward in creating. And what is this world? What could it be if we all do move as one? If we all do shift in consciousness, if we all do release the old, limited, low vibratory, dense, dark, past traumas, our family lineages, past lives, all that gunk that holds us back, all those limited beliefs, all that holds us back. And for us to be able to clear that, shed all that, shed our old skins, to do caterpillar to butterfly, to transform, metamorphosis, like the phoenix rising from the ashes of our old life, of our limited being and way of life, to be transformed into the creator on earth here now, living our best life, utilizing our super skills and our super magic abilities to transform reality around us. And not just you individually, but everybody collectively, all of us, as we share our energy and our vibes, others receive and transform. We're all shamans. We're all divine beings. We're all these high level creators, heaven on earth. So God creates us so that we continue to create as co-creators here, a part of the all, but the potentials to create in this realm that are of the all, of the great, of the highest high. So this is a little backstory. So I was around 30 years old. I'm 42 now. So 12 years or so, this happened. And I'm transformed. I'm different because of it. And y'all are all transforming too. Everybody in their own time. It's a spiritual journey, this life, when the time is right. So we just commit to being ourselves and just living our best life, and the transformation will happen. It'll all happen in due time. And I believe most of the people that I connect with have already gone through a level of transformation already. And we are all connecting for a reason. And we're here to create and to bring forth heaven on earth, paradise on earth in fullness. So thanks all. Be safe with St. Patrick's Day. And the unity aspect, come together, celebrate life, and just celebrate the unity of the diversity of who we all are, individually and also collectively. It's one big human family. Aloha. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Ciao for now. Bye.